You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is John the Scripter, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, the DMV's home for high school basketball. Hosted by Coach Cross and featuring Chelsie Cross. We bring you the latest news, interviews, rankings, recruiting buzz, and standout performances from the public and private school basketball scene across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Stream us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Now, let's get into it. Here's your host, Coach Cross.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, and this time we are not at the Capital Hoops Summer League. We are at DMV Live, Session 1 for the girls, and we have a gentleman on our podcast who I've been in the same gym with him. Sorry, Coach, I'm usually calling the games for St. John's, and you're on the other side, but let's welcome Milton Kimbrough to the podcast. Coach, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys having me today.
Of course. I'm Coach Cross. You are
Chelsie Cross.
And we're going to get into it. Coach, this is the DMV live period for the girls. Let's just start with, what does this mean for you and your team?
This gives us an opportunity to really get out and get some exposure, give the young kids an opportunity to see what, just a sample of what high school basketball is going to look like.
And beyond high school basketball, you know, we're giving them a sample of, you're putting them on a stage where there's going to be coaches here.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of coaches here. So the exposure is definitely, I won't say, in the house.
Right, it's in the house. How'd your team do out there today? I saw a score. I saw a score, but is it all about the score, or what are you hoping to get out of them?
Really just kind of looking at the intensity, seeing how they support one another, looking at the bench. But the most important thing is just the attitude and effort, which is outstanding today. So I was very pleased at their effort and attitude.
I know that for some girls, this is their first DMV Live. For some girls, this is their last DMV Live. How do you kind of advise these girls to maybe not perform differently, but maybe more, how do they keep their composure when there's so many coaches?
The thing is the most important thing to me is I tell them to go out and have fun. Stay relaxed, stay who you are, and just have fun in the process. And it's been working so far because I always stress the best thing that happened today is you woke up. Everything else is a blessing. Let's have some fun.
Coach, here's what I find interesting. You and I both know that basketball here in the DMV is vastly different than anywhere else.
Absolutely.
You know, the burn these girls can get here, especially in the WCAC, while I won't slight any other programs, but it's kind of like the Sinatra, New York. If they can make it in WCAC, they can make it anywhere, right? So how do you find, and I don't want to ask you to slight any other programs, but how do you feel like the WCAC prepares you for a DMV Live where maybe you're not seeing the St. John's or the PVIs or the O'Connells or the Seatons? I mean, Seaton was down for a couple of years. That's not going to stay that way.
Right.
Right? And Holy Cross may have had some down years. That's not going to stay that way.
Absolutely.
Right? So, and we haven't talked about Ireton, all these other programs.
Yeah.
So how does the WCAC play prepare you for what you just saw?
The WCAC, to me, is the best college conference in the country.
It sure is.
And so what it does, it prepares you for high-level basketball. I call it big girl basketball. And being in that conference, you have to have a certain mindset, which is very good for young players coming in because the expectation in workouts is vigorous. So you have to really put in that effort and attitude there. And then the preparation starts from just good leadership. We got a young team, but we have a couple of senior leaders that really kind of set the tone. So I'm very pleased at the fact that they give them the right demeanor of understanding how the WCAC works, and then they show it in practice. So being a good example is really one of the key components of being successful in the DMV Live that carries over from the WCAC season.
Now, I apologize if the names escaped me. A couple of coaches ago, older guy.
Is it Tom Spleen?
Spleen.
Yes.
He set the table.
He did, and I was with him from 2010 to 2018 when I became the head coach.
So you had Madison Hardy.
And Madison Hardy.
My wife taught her.
So Madison I had in my youth program because I'm the founder of Germantown Lady Panthers.
Yeah.
So I've had Madison since she was a young girl, and actually.
So you know Sylvia, you know Mason, the whole crew.
Absolutely.
That's our girl. Sylvia's our girl.
Absolutely.
And she went on to Columbia, I think.
Yes, she did.
Ball at Columbia. And I think she's in the New York Financial District now. Her and Mason.
Yeah, and they support. Madison actually supports the programs, GOP and Good Counsel when we do fundraisers. She always contributes. So we're very pleased at how she's a great alumni, great kid, great family.
What is that? So I talked to a coach, a very good friend of mine, Coach Steve Turner, who's now at Mount Verde from Gonzaga. She's one of your walking trophies. How do you feel about these graduates? And is that where the relationship really comes full circle? I mean, you have them on the 84 by 50, but isn't your job to prepare them for life?
It is. In one of my hats, I'm a minister. In addition to that, the key thing is really trying to introduce people to Christ. That's my mission. That's my goal. And at the end of the day, maintaining that relationship, we circle up and we pray, say the Lord's Prayer for the simple reason that I believe that when they're in a crisis situation, they can turn to just say that prayer. And I believe that it's our duty to have a relationship beyond basketball. So I've had Kiki Rice came up through my youth program.
Right.
Lene Montgomery, who played in the pros, came up through my youth program. And so did Sella Poffenberger. She came up through GOP as a youth. So we have several kids that we've touched here or there throughout their basketball career. And then the door's always open because the goal is to really try to save lives because we don't know what people go through once they leave this gymnasium. So that's the goal. Well,
I'm sure you've heard it, but I want to thank you for raising fine young ladies and not just basketball players.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's important. Chelsie, what you got?
I'm actually going to switch gears here.
Okay.
It sounds like you've coached for a little bit now.
Absolutely.
And one thing I noticed is on your social media, you guys are very active. Every single game day, they have themed things. They do like hearts with their hands. They put on these construction caps. You guys kind of do this whole thing on your social media. They're going to work. How has this game changed, especially on the social media side?
Social media has really changed the game. I think it has its pros and cons, but for the most part, it gives them an exposure that in some cases some would not have had. And I see it working both ways. For me, I'm just now learning how to do it in depth. So because I write gospel music, so I'm trying to. I want to put a plug out there. November 13th, my first single will be coming out.
Okay, so, you just said it.
All right, so for me, it's very important that we really just kind of use the social media for the positive aspects of it.
Right.
And for me, I encourage them. Anything negativity, I'm shutting it down.
Right.
So that's the big thing with it.
That's the thing. I mean, social media it's like any media, but social media it's a lot more instant. It's not the Washington Post, right? Where, you know what I'm saying, when they put it out there, inside of an hour, you got 1 million people looking at it.
Right.
Right? And so your program is on display, and we want to make sure that happens for the right reasons.
I appreciate that.
But, you're in the Archdiocese of Schools. Like you said, the WCAC is the premier league. And I started, I've been broadcasting for 30-plus years. But I started on the girls' side, and I was fortunate. I came in when A.Z. Fudd was at St. John's when she was a sophomore.
Right, the queen.
And I've called so many games, but again, you and I are not necessarily adversaries, but I'm always calling the games for St. John's.
Absolutely.
So y'all just got to get me up there to call some games.
We do. We're going to make that happen. Now that I know we have the relationship, I'm going to be like, look, I don't care what you're doing. I need you at Good Counsel.
And who's the guy that does the games? He's
it's a guy who just recently started, and the name just eluded me.
It escapes me, yeah. But I know him as well. I feel like, isn't he the one who owns the medical thing, him and his wife?
Oh.
Say his name. If I come up with his name, I think you would know his name.
Oh, he does it on, so we just recently had someone, a young man who comes in and helps out with the girls' side.
Okay.
And so we're really trying to take it to the next level. I think for me, finding creative ways to say, how can we get more interest?
Well, I'm saying I'm right here, Coach.
Well, I got you.
I'm at St. John's. I'm at the Potomac School called me. I couldn't do them. But where else are we at? We're at Prep. We're at St.
Prep.
Andrews. Yeah, come on now.
Oh, you're everywhere. Okay, so then now,
Jackson Reed calls me for
and
football.
See, now I know your offspring probably
Right.
might have a step better than you. I
She
can go
might.
ahead and
She
get
might. She might. Hey, don't put it past her. Don't put it past her. Coach, what does I won't ask for predictions. I don't do that. How do you feel about the upcoming WCAC season?
God willing, if we stay healthy, we'll be one of the top contenders. I think the two prize bulls everybody's shooting after is
Who I didn't mention, I failed to mention McNamara.
yeah, McNamara as well as Ireton are the two that
Right.
everybody's shooting for. Very talented teams. I believe that that's what we're shooting for, and I think there's still you got 4 or 5 other different teams that can compete in that rim. And I think putting in the work and effort, I believe we have an opportunity to get there this year.
McNamara does not start over. They just reload, man.
They do.
They do.
They do.
And they didn't lose anything when their coach went down to Florida.
No.
The assistant took over.
Yeah.
And it's just like a well-oiled machine.
It is. It is. They their channel is takeover where Ron runs the organization. For me, it's GOP trying to funnel kids in to say, hey, the right mindset, right attitude to kind of keep pushing the kids through, to give them opportunities to go to school for free, hopefully.
Right. That's what we want the sport to take care of that, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And as I said, the relationships are there. We want to prepare them for beyond basketball because, as we know, 2-3% of the kids are going to be able to go on to a really high level, be it overseas or be it WNBA, which, by the way, they're expanding to 18 teams, I think, in the next few years.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm very happy about that. And 50 games instead of 44, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, another 30, you right there with the men.
Right. Exactly. Coach, one thing I do want to ask is, what is it that we need to do besides put a good product on the court to expose the women's game more? When I coached, and you and I never coached against each other, I stopped 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I coached over in Northern Virginia, Montgomery County Public
Okay.
Schools, girls and women in college, actually, for 24 years. It wasn't 12 years ago, it wasn't nearly where it is now. Hell, 5 years ago, it wasn't where it is now.
Yeah.
What can we do besides putting a great product on the floor to expose the game more? It's such a great game.
Yeah, I think there's many different avenues. One is we got to find out creative ways to get people engaged and involved. Just like sometimes having a shirt night or a pizza night or having a guest from the WNBA or someone to say, hey, there's a big WCAC event going on. These two teams, Good Counsel, St. John's, are playing one another. Can we get you guys to come in the gym? And then maybe speak beforehand, set up an autograph day, but have some creative ways to say this is what we need to do in order to get everybody involved.
Maybe a big-time PA announcer. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just wondering.
That would be the ticket. So I know when when I go live with this single and we do the recording, I know who I can have announce the singer.
You know what? You certainly can if you want. We would love to come up. Look, we're Kensington folks. So we're right down Georgia Avenue.
Absolutely.
Right down Georgia Avenue. Well, Chelsie, what else do you have before we let this gentleman go?
Tell me about some players that you want to highlight.
I want to highlight first and foremost Lila Thompson. Lila, I believe, is going to be a Power 5 kid. To me, she's a throwback of the ability, just the kid you love to coach. The work ethic, great attitude, great leadership. So I want to highlight her. Also, Charlie, my girl Charlie does a good job. Charlie Blanford does a good job. She's coming off she has a slight sprained ankle.
Okay.
But she played with GOP in Spooky Nook a couple weeks ago and just really highlighted a lot of good stuff. So she's one in Good Counsel I'm highlighting. And then as well as the Pandora Nye, it's going to help one of the seniors that'll help us out. And then L'Oreal Nix. L'Oreal's a baby, so today she kind of displayed some skills here, and I was very pleased at what she's doing. She don't know she's putting a target on her back.
Uh-oh.
But very good talent, and a host of array of other kids that are coming along, so I'm very pleased.
So my final question, I always ask coaches this: why should someone go on Georgia Avenue North and make that right and find themselves in your gym come December?
What
are we going to see?
First and foremost, you're going to see actually a ton of energy. You're going to see a great product on the floor. You're going to see a lot of Division I talent. And then you're going to see myself. So the entertainment is there. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, Coach, if not before, I will see you on Military Road at some point this season, right?
Absolutely. And I'm going to see you at Good Counsel. We're going to make that happen.
All right. Well, look, I know Blair Mills. If Blair can get me there, get
well,
Blair to work
then
on
I'm
me.
on with Blair.
I know
That's
GJ.
right. Well, yeah,
I've known GJ for
there.
years. Actually, GJ is responsible. He was on the team, on the staff, or the panel that hired me at Rockville High School when I got the girls' job over there.
Oh, really?
He was
Okay.
just leaving Rockville, and he went to Clarksburg and then Good Counsel.
Okay.
So he was on that panel that hired me.
So you might have been back there. I started in Northwest where my daughter played.
Okay. All right. So
Back in the day.
we may have coached against each other. She's up next.
I know that young lady.
We may have. Did you ever coach an all-star game?
I might have back in the day. I've been around. I've been doing this since, 2000.
I coached an all-star game at Blair, and I wonder if I coached against you. I wonder if I did. I coached one all-star game on the girls' side.
It might have been.
It might have been. But here we are at the table again.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Milton Kimbrough.
Thanks for tuning in to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your home for high school basketball coverage across the DMV. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, Buzzsprout, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Follow us on Instagram and X at DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Chelsie Cross, featuring Chelsie Cross. Thanks for listening.